Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Meredith E. Phillips, and today we're gonna do some writing work and try to look at some character development. If you watched the very end of my vlog from last week, you know that this week hasn't been amazing, primarily because I've gotten like very little sleep because of a certain dog that we have. So obviously if you're running on like 4 hours of sleep, the brain juice is not juicing, you know what I mean? So I haven't done as much this week as I would have liked, but I have gotten some work done, and I think at this point I have a pretty clear idea of what do I have a clear idea of? I think I have a pretty clear idea of what the first act, the first 25% of the book is going to be. I definitely have a very clear idea for chapter 1 and where we're starting things. And I also have a very clear idea for sort of the setup that launches you into like the fun and games section, the middle of the book, all of that kind of stuff. Really like the break into 2, right? The break into act 2. What's gonna catapult the characters from like their current life and way of living into the new something. So I think I have that pretty well settled. And so what I'm going to try to work on now is a little more in terms of character development. If you've been around for a very long time, you might remember a video I did like over a year ago now, I guess, about a questionnaire, a character profile questionnaire that I found that I absolutely adore. It's from the Positive Trait Thesaurus. It is actually, though, also a free resource on the Writers Helping Writers website. So I'll link to the video I did like a year or so ago, and I'll link to the website, I'll link to the questionnaire so you can take a look at it. I love this thing. It is way more detailed than just like, what's their favorite color? When is their birthday? You know, like those kind, you know, I'm sure you guys have seen those character questionnaires that are like super basic, really surface level stuff. This questionnaire dives deep. And so I really enjoy it. It helps me a lot when I'm working on characters and everything. I've also found that website, I'm telling you right now, if you go to that website, you are going to be there for a hot minute because there are so many things on it, so many cool things that can be helpful. There's a ton of free stuff. There's a paid version of the website that gives you access to more things. I think they offer a free trial of some sort, but there's a ton of free stuff. There's some other like questionnaire style worksheet download kind of things that I found there this past week that I'm gonna try to use those. I have them, I pulled them up over here because I can't remember exactly what they're called. I'll link them all below. One of them is the character arc progression tool. So I'm gonna try that out today. There is a backstory wound profile. Also sounds interesting. The character profile questionnaire, that's the one I've been using for a while now. Oh, and the goal, motivation, conflict, plus stakes worksheet questionnaire thingy. So I'll link those below. Like I said, I would highly recommend checking them out, especially if you're in this like early stage of working on a book. This is like the foundational stuff that'll give your characters depth, that'll give your plot depth. Other than that, I don't know if there's anything particularly else that I'm going to be working on. I sadly have lost my free trial to newspapers.com, so I've had to like wean myself off of that addictive thing. Let's go ahead and get started. I did a little teeny bit of work this morning, not anything crazy, but yeah. Let's get one of these worksheet things pulled up and see what we can do. Okay, so this morning I had started working on the goal, motivation, conflict, and stakes tracker. And my plan is to fill this out for each of the 2 main characters and see how that helps me. If there's a question I come to on this where I'm like, I don't know, I'm just skipping it. I'm not trying to like spend forever on each one. It's going good so far. I'm having to think, which is annoying. All right, so yeah, let's think about some motivation, some outer conflict, and some stakes. Not the eating kind, the like, you better do this or else kind. Let's go. So this is like painfully slow going. Oh, what have I done? I've poked at things. I ended up just sort of bouncing around throughout these different questionnaire profile kind of things. Some of the questions are kind of overlapping, like they're the same thing. This is just a lot of brain work. My head hurts. It is noon though, so I'm gonna take a little break, get some lunch, and come back to this. Maybe some coffee. Is the effort of making coffee worth the reward of drinking it? I don't know about that. But let's get some lunch for myself. Okay, I'm back, and I have some exciting news for me, and maybe for you. Okay, so back earlier in the month when we were sick, I bought some boxes of Jell-O mix, because I couldn't eat hardly anything anyway. So it was sugar-free Jell-O mix. And I didn't end up making them while we were sick, and they've just been in the cabinet. So I made one of them last night, and now I have Jell-O. When was the last time I ate Jell-O? Don't know. It's literally just water with the gelatin powder. So I'm thinking that eating Jell-O can count toward daily water intake. I see no fault in my logic. And it's so cheap, the little teeny boxes, and you get 8 cups worth of Jell-O from each box. This is going to be my new thing. I'm so excited. Anyway, let's go back and do some character development, because these characters need to come together. Okay? We need to be well-developed characters with depth and feeling. So it's just going to be me sitting here eating Jell-O that I maybe put some whipped cream on and trying to figure out these characters. Still. It's so slow. I want to just have it in my head and just type it and be done. I don't know. It's taking forever. Ooh, it's a little painful. Right now. So, I just haven't done this kind of thing in so long. It feels like, I don't know. Wow. It's just very slow. It's very slow. And all of it has to come out of my brain. I can't be let me just research it. These are fictional characters. I have to make up their goals and motivations in my brain. Good news, though, and it doesn't have to do with Jell-O. The good news is I think I've gotten some pretty good details down for the hero character. That's pretty good. I have some details for the heroine. I'm getting a little bogged down in, how does she need to change? What is her character arc supposed to be? And how does that connect to what she wants, I think. Anyway, still working on hers. But I think his is pretty decent. The stakes I've come up with, I think, are pretty good. They're high stakes, which is exciting. I feel like conflict and stakes are usually the things where I'm I don't know, let's just make it cute and fun and everyone has a good time. But that doesn't really make for a very good book, I think the stakes here are pretty high. I think they're pretty good. I'm gonna keep chugging along on this for a little while longer, and then it's gonna be Jade's wake up time here pretty shortly. It's almost 3:00. So yeah, back to it. All right, so this sassy little turd is up. It is a little early. That's okay. I'm just tired. I think I'm gonna stop for today. It's a good stopping point. For the most part, I'm debating whether or not I want to send my little the story thus far kind of summary to my critique partners and be hi, does this sound good or really stupid? I might send it. I'll see. But I'm definitely kind of, brain dead, at least for the moment. Here she is again. I should hopefully be able to do a little more work tomorrow, unless things go not as planned like last week. I think we'll be okay. I have some little errands and stuff to do at some point in the day, but I will get some writing done tomorrow. So for now, I will leave you and hopefully be back on Sunday and not Thursday like last week. Well, it is Sunday and I have been awake since about 5. Jade woke up at 5 and needed to go potty, which is not ideal, but it is better at least than like 3 or 4. So I'll take it, I guess. But when she started whining, I woke up and it was like, you ever have those times where you wake up and you're like, I've only been asleep for like 30 minutes maybe. I legit thought I was gonna look at the clock and it was gonna be like 11:30 or midnight or something, and it was 5. So I guess I slept hard, but it also felt like I didn't sleep at all, which is just absolutely amazing. And then if you can't hear it, my allergies are just like, hello. So I've been sneezing all morning. I'm so tired. A little bit of an update. I did send like a story summary of what I have conceived of thus far to one of my critique partners. She hasn't responded to it yet, which is totally fine, but I did send that off yesterday late in the early evening, I guess. The other thing I got in the mail yesterday. Yay! Another one of these. I love these books. These are, if you've never picked up any of the Thesaurus books, you're missing out. Like, these are so incredibly good. I've got the positive trait, the negative trait, and where's the other one? The emotion thesaurus. But I did not yet have the emotional wound thesaurus. So I ordered this from Amazon and it came in yesterday, like late. And so I sat down with it after dinner and then this morning, and I have underlined so many things. It's really good. Man, I'm really excited to dig into it further. I will say, if you do purchase any of the books in this series, the main chunk of the book is like this kind of format where it's like, here's whatever the trait or topic is, and then it gives you like a double page spread with information about it, which is great. And this is what comprises most of the book. But do not sleep on these opening pages. Read them, okay? Read them. I know it's tempting to just flip to like the table of contents and then go to the particular page that seems like it might be good for your character or something. Don't skip the opening pages. It is full of so much good info, tactics, suggestions. It's really good. I read through the intro and now I'm debating, okay, one of the things I like to do with these books, and really any craft book, I like to have a pen or highlighter to highlight or, you know, mark stuff as I'm going through it. That just helps me like focus. But then what I really, really like to do is I like to go back and transcribe my notes or whatever I've underlined in here into a document on the computer. So then I'm looking at the information like twice and I'm typing it out, and it just helps it like settle in my brain better. So I kind of want to do that with this, but that does take a hot minute, and there were like 50 pages worth of intro-y kind of stuff in here. But it would help me, I think, just I don't know, really get it in my brain a little better. Otherwise, if I don't do that, I'm just gonna go back to those like the little fill in the profile questionnaire worksheet kind of things I was doing yesterday. But I'm gonna use more of what I've learned in here to help me with that. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? I think it does. So yeah, let me just pop over, get my stuff pulled up, and see what sounds good. So you can see here's all my notes from the positive trait thesaurus. These are just the notes from like the opening little intro-y section. Here's the stuff from the negative trait thesaurus. So that helps. It's a nice reference tool. I just have it like in my Scrivener document, and it's easy to reference and it helps get it in my brain. All right, I've been at this for basically a whole hour at this point. I've typed up 1,300 words worth of notes, and I'm about halfway through, maybe a little more than halfway through transcribing the stuff that was important to me. Kind of tired. It's noon. I'm gonna take a little break and get some lunch, and then I might switch gears and actually do some work to like implement some of this stuff into the story and the characters. Seems like a good plan. So lunchtime and then back to this. Am I a chef? Maybe. My lunch was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really into fried rice right now. I don't know if that's healthy or not. I don't want to know. It is something I will eat. So we're gonna eat it. It did have some veggies in it, okay? Like, how bad could it be? While I was fixing lunch though, I was thinking about the book, like the thesaurus book, and I was thinking about my story, and I reread the document that I sent to my critique partner yesterday because I guess I'm like an anxious narcissist of some sort, and I'm just getting really excited about the story. Like, I've been excited, but I'm getting like really excited. Like, I really want to write it. So that was a good feeling. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. In that vein, I'm going to actually switch, like I was thinking I might want to do. I'm not going to be transcribing and doing note taking. I'm going to go back to those character sheets and kind of try to use this book to flesh out some more stuff for these characters and turn back on this music. I'll put it in the description below. I know I've shared it before. It's the Blue Turtle. Is that what it is? Blue Turtles channel. They do like ambient music to chill out to or whatever. It's this one. You know this one. I love this mix. I think it's really good. It helps me chill out and concentrate. So anyway, I'll put that on and I'm gonna get to work. All right, I think that is just about enough of that for today. I've made some good progress. I feel good about this. I'm excited to get to the actual like outlining stage. That'll be fun. Remember, my original goal was to have this completely outlined by the end of March so that I could draft in April. I feel like I'm on track to hit that. We'll see. But a good day's work for me. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, you can click the subscribe button. I usually post videos on Fridays. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!